Welcome back to Chippo Fishing. We're continuing on my series of what I think is going to be hot, heavy, and future of crappie fishing. BFS, Bait Finesse System. What's Bait Finesse System? Basically, it's using a ultralight bait caster and a ultralight rod or light rod accessible to work with the bait caster to cast lighter jigs, lighter lures, lighter baits, further, more accurate. So, without ado, let's start looking at some of our equipment. Oh, here's a lifetime tip. See this? If you're trying to get in difficulties with old man wearing overalls and or yeah, bibbed overalls, and he breaks out a pocket knife and pull out the smallest blade. Run, drop what you got in your hand. Run. That's the best advice you can get. So we ain't doing that right here today, but what we're doing is this right here. Look, FedEx. Okay. So again, FedEx. So BFS. This is going to be a unboxing, little first sight. Won't really say a review, but I'm gonna show you one of the reels I'm getting. And there's budget reels and there's top shelf. This one's gonna be top shelf, and it is from Japan. So Japanese domestic market, right there. Got this through third party. There's several of them. Make sure that they're reputable. So okay. So I'm gonna aim this down just a touch. I'm gonna save my little box from Japan. In this case, it has to go back, but I don't think it will. This is the dun 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 dun. The Aldebaran, Shimano Aldebaran BFS. And in case you need to find out more about it, you can get that translated into Japanese, from Japanese to English. Um, this has some of your best braking systems, some of your best bearings, some of your best gears inside. The gear system is top notch. Everything's made out of milled out of like one piece. There's going to be some things I'm going to say that are not going to be right, but let me know. But majority of it, all this comes from YouTube, forums, doing research. So I wanted something top shelf. It was between the Shimano Aldebaran and the Daiwa Air. Both of them are comparable. They're in everyone I've talked to. Those two are in the top three. So let's. This is the paperwork. This tells you all the stuff, and again, it's all in Japanese. So Woo. Okay. Oh, it's still hanging out, so maybe I need to learn Japanese. Let's get down to business. What have we got here? Okay. We've got a reel. See, now I've heard before they used to give you two different types of oil. They gave you a BFS oil and then another oil, so that well, anyway, that's what we got. And this is what all the drama's about right here. Wow, that is sharp looking and considerably light. So yeah, may have to use a drop of oil. It's very smooth, very smooth. And these have audible clickers for the drag. What is it? So the drag star drag system has a clicker on it. Uh, Drag itself has when you're fish pulling line, and unfortunately there's no unclicker. But I don't know if you can see the spool. Spool is pretty smooth. And then there's the adjustments. Of all the things I've seen on online reviews, this one piece, there's two factors here. This one piece here, a lot of people felt that it was uncomfortable to put on here. Now that's right smooth. That's very, it's noticeably smooth. Noticeably smooth. Um, so you have a larger gear here, and you've got a very shallow, light spool, and then on this side you have braking system here and braking system here. You have a bearing here and in here for the spool. Again, your gear piece, everything is super low tolerance, and it's hard for you to see, but speaking of tolerance, some of the cheaper budget ones that haven't gone through years and years of upgrades and continuation of technology of the same reel to for improvements. Sometimes your thinner diameter line will get behind the spool, and then you've got to stop and take it off. And to take it off, it's got like a little switch right here where you can take this plate off. The brakes on this, I believe, are centrifugal advance brakes. So centrifugal. So basically, they're on a hinge, and the more they get cranked up, the more they crank up. So the whole thing is designed for this to spin and freeing. I don't know if you can see that. I can actually just feel it spinning in my hand. And wait, it's still spinning. And it stopped. It's still going. So, yes, I may need a drop of oil. I was thinking that and the handle is rubberized. They have, this is a Aldebaran 2022. They came out with the last Aldebaran in 2016. Other little factors, the 2016 has its own high points and low points, just as everything does. But if you notice here, your eyelet that the line will feed out of, and the back, it's cone shaped, so it's tapered down going. out. So it's should have very smooth line flow on it. And again, this is you can feel, the heavier part is right in here with the gears, of course, naturally. Um, I believe this is a aluminum frame on CSI 4. Um, I think it's CSI 4. Basically, it's light. It's light. And the other factor that a lot of people don't necessarily like is this cap here. I've heard a lot of grief about, well, you got such a nice product, but you've got, something cheap looking here and something cheap looking here. But, the Star Drag, that looks pretty sweet. So, that just spins tremendously. So, recommendations are light braid, 6 to 10, or monofilament up to 6 pound. I'm going to do 4 pound fluorocarbon to start out with, and we're going to see how that goes. Um, I'm going to pair this with the Jinko Double Down BFS rod. Okay, so one more time. I think this is gonna be a good thing. Aldebaran BFS HG. They have two different Aldebarans. Actually, well, they have right-handed, left-handed. Then they also have the HG and then the XG. The XG is a higher gear ratio than this. Um, so again, for those of you that speak Japanese, you can tell me what that says. And for those of you that have done reviews on these reels, tell me something I've missed, or I'm sure things I'm going to find out. But again, everything looks quality here, and when I put my line on, I'm going to show you what I've learned from this channel. A little bit different knot. Actually, it's a uni knot, but instead of coming out, it's going back. So instead of getting a bulk, the knot's in line. But I will get back with you on that. Yeah. So and we're going to do the adjustment, see if this is cranked all the way down where this is at. And the braking system, there's little numbers on here, there's not very much. So gonna play with it. I just took it out of the box, and one of the adjustments here, the big gig, is to not get any slop or play in your spool going side to side, especially on your more budget reels. But we'll be discussing that later on after I become more familiar, and maybe, maybe you're going to see a budget reel too. All right, so we can do some side by side comparison, some side by side casting, because both of them will be on the Jinko Double Down 6'6". I believe it's moderate fast. So I think this is going to go really good on there. And Shimano BFS Aldebaran. So there we go. Boom. Thanks, folks. I think this is going to be an exciting new trend. Peace.